Well, it's going to be some fun today in Starkville. The biggest crowd here was back in 2014. It was Mississippi State and Ole Miss. It was 15,586, and that is the NCAA on-campus attendance record. And on Super Bulldog Weekend, we said that is going to be threatened, and there's a Brett Eldridge concert on the field afterward. And away we go on the first pitch, rolled to short, Lane Forsythe with a high throw, and Ethan Groff reaches for Ole Miss to start the ball game. A few batters, and now the 6th to Alderman is caught on and missed. There's that great changeup we talked about with Landon Gartman. Calarco hits it hard on the ground into right center field, a base hit. First hit of the ball game on either side, hacking this place. Landon Gartman fires an 0-2, and Will Furness rolls it into center field, a base hit. Anthony Calarco scores from second, and the Rebels strike first here in the second.
Well, if that name sounds familiar, that's the son of the great Eddie Furness from LSU. Swing looks the same. Look at this bullet up the right.
Being the last two national champs. 0-2 on a line. And a base hit into left field. It's got to feel good for Peyton Chatinier, the veteran second baseman, who with that base knock snaps an 0 for 18 against Ole Miss as the lineup flips over for the Rebels. Back to the top for Ethan Groff, who chops it to Forsythe, and it kicks away. Furness scores all the way from second, and it is 2-0 Ole Miss here in the second. 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. Jacob Gonzalez staring down a 3-1, and he works the walk. Gartman deals, and Harris rolls it on the ground to second. That's the true freshman David Mershon getting the start, and he ends the inning.
And Chris Simona says he's got some big time pop.
Bounces this one right side, and what a pick over there that Jordan beats out by Anthony Calarco.
Exact same position Ole Miss was last year, and we saw how that ended up. Vanderbilt stayed healthy for the most part. LSU up until recently.
Kellum Clark yanks one into right field into the corner, and it scores Jordan. Alford gets a stop sign at third, and Mississippi State is on the board on a run-scoring double from Kellum Clark.
Throwing it for strikes, then you only need the 2.
High fill in the air towards center. Ethan Groff ambles in, and he's there. Alford tags, the throw doesn't get him. Throw down to third is not in time on Clark. And Ross Highfill with a sac fly ties this game at 2 in the second.
Mississippi State are doing that.
2-2 in the air from Forsythe toward right center, and McCants on the scene, and the inning is over. Ron Polk said Dr. Reed wanted every earlobe in the right place. This is golf to left by Calarco, back to the wall. Jordan jumps, and that ball is gone. Opposite field solo shot for Anthony Calarco. Vaults Ole Miss in front in the 5th.
How about the backspin on this baseball? Anthony Calarco, the 5th-year senior, left-handed. It's down and in on a left-handed pitcher. Lefty-lefty matchup. He stays back, and that ball has some serious spin, which is why it carried out of there. Dakota Jordan does all he can do, and they don't draw pictures. That barely got out, but it counts the same.
TJ McCants goes first pitch swinging, and he laces one into the gap at right center and plugs it all the way to the wall, and he can move. Round second on his way to third with a stand-up triple with 2 outs here in the 6th for the Rebs.
Wow, can he move?
On a couple of errors and then hit by a pitch as last time. Bounces this one toward third. Alford charges and throws, and it gets away from Hancock. So McCants scores, and the Rebels push the lead to 2 here in the 6th. Eintema deals. Gonzalez slices one in the air toward left center. Ledbetter on the move, and he can't get there. Groff scores from second. 2-out damage from Jacob Gonzalez. And the Ole Miss lead is 5-2 here in the 6th.
Yeah, they caught a break back in the 4th inning when Jacob Gonzalez came up in a big spot and just hit an absolute rope right at second base. This time, not so much. The base hit on the opposite field line, and the Revs played another run. Jacob Gonzalez comes up big. This guy's a player.
1,045 against righties. Strikes out here. Eintema gets him with a breaking ball.
Do it as well, and if they can get healthy, man, I think you're going to see a big difference.
Colton Ledbetter pulls this one to right and gone. Trims the margin to 2 in the 6th with a solo shot, and what a catch out there in the seats.
Well, they love this kid as a hitter, and you can see why. Middle end lefty on lefty matchup. A lot of times as a left-handed hitter, you're trying to stay through the ball, stay back on off speed, and you get jammed a lot on a pitch like that.
The Samford transfer. And now Hunter Hines pulls this one to right, down the line toward the pole, and gone! Back to back for the Bulldogs in the 6th.
Hunter Hines, the clubhouse leader in home runs. That's his 16th of the year. Rivas again, middle in with a little cutter and to Hunter Hines. Another barrel out, right field shot, 2 in a row, lefty on lefty matchup. And the Bulldogs pull within 1. That was a big blast from Hunter Hines out of the 3 spot from Mississippi State right now, being able to sit back on the off speed, and they do in fact call it a home run.
So the call stands, and it is a solo shot for Hunter Hines, and it makes it 5-4 Rebels now in the 6th inning. And that should do it for Rivas, and Mike Bianco with something to say to Scott Klein on his way out here in these last few innings.
That's pretty impressive if Mike Bianco saw that definitively, that he thinks it was foul.
Well, it's tough to tell from our angles. This is what we've got going down the line. 1-2 on the veteran Hancock.
Ouch.
And it hits him on the right leg. And the tying run is aboard for the Bulldogs here in the 6th. To Ole Miss yesterday. Bouncing ball up the middle from Alford into center. Hancock goes first to third. And the Bulldogs have him at the corners with 2 outs in the 6th. His 3-2. Fastball cut on and missed. Jones strands 2 and protects a 1-run lead.
Better the defenses are going to be for both sides.
David Mershon, the switch hitter from the left side, tugs this one to the wall on a hop in right center. He stops at second with a 2-out double and represents the tying run here in the 7th.
And you don't want to pump a fastball down the middle.
So to the breaking ball, and Ledbetter pulls it to right and gone! The Bulldogs lead.
Well, Colton Ledbetter saw too many of them. What do you see, like 4 or 5 of these pitches in that at bat on a 3-2 count? All that's left is to figure out whether or not he's going to throw it. And first base open. As a hitter, you just guess, all right, that's what I'm going to get. And he does that low and in, drives it out to right field.
Here in the 9th inning today, and Nate Thome goes back to work. 1, 2, and 3, and Ethan Groff pulls this to left and short hops it off the wall. He's got a leadoff double and represents the tying run for the Rebels. Fielder's choice, a walk, and an RBI double. His last time, he goes first pitch swinging into right field, a base hit. Groff comes around third, and this game is tied here in the ninth inning. That did not take long.
Well, Jacob Gonzalez has had 5 really nice at-bats today, including the line out to second base. He had a double his last at-bat, ambushes this first pitch to tie the game up for Ole Miss. And
1-0 pitch. Harris lifts this one to left. Jordan moves to his left for the first out. Gonzalez tags and moves up 90 feet, so he's at third with 1 out. Kemp Alderman is going to be intentionally walked. 1-0. Calarco on the ground, and that one caroms up into the air at second and scores a run. Ole Miss takes the lead in the ninth.
well, they got the ball they needed. That was a double play ball, albeit an absolute missile down the line. Hits the bag, and Hancock really no chance.
It is, and Dome strikes out Utermark. And Nichols walks him. Tying run on, winning run to the plate of Colton Ledbetter, who's homered twice in the late innings. Mershad gets it down. Tekoyan fields and throws to Chatinier for the first out. Sacrifice successful.
One-run game. They had a one-run game last night. Ole Miss won 3-2. And here we are again. One-run game, bottom of the ninth.
3-2 is down, ball 4. With 2 on and 1 out. 2-2 pitch. Sails to the backstop. Larry to third. Ledbetter to second, and a full count. And you got to trust Harris back there. 3-2. Fastball away. They are loaded, and it will be Dakota Jordan. 2-0 pitch. Jordan on the ground, left side, past the dive of Leger. Larry scores. Ledbetter right behind him, and the Dogs walk it off. $16,423 can party.
Is there a better way to end a game in Starkville for these fans? Look at Dak Prescott. Everybody loving this.